Working. So I'll be attending 83 and then I'll attend 84. Yeah, hi Anuva. All good, man. I'm just trying these problems. Best poker hand, right? So doing it, yeah, right, but I'll cut the first flush. The cards of the other hand. Any second. Return a string. The best type of poker can make. Note that the return. Okay, great, man. Yeah, continue with the DP problems. And if you face any doubts, DM me on WhatsApp. So ranks are 13 to hit this one. Is the input by 30 from A, B, C, D. Or two cards at the same ranks dot length is as well. So this length is fixed, which is 5 here. So the hand with all cards consists of 5 cards, the same suit. So we have flush. Okay, so suits all same. So flush. Why? Because flush is 5 cards of the same suit. Then this 4 4 2 4 4 suits is D A A B C. Ah, yes, Akshat. D A A B C and this 4 4 2 4 of a kind. The hand with the first, second, and three cards of the same rank. So we have three of a kind. Note that we could also make a pair hand, but three of a kind is better hand, right? Acha, flush, three of a kind, pair, high card. So firstly, flush, three of a kind, pair. So this is what my priority should be. Hmm. So for flush, how do we determine if it's flush? I can say, let's say I'm saying that checking for flush, which means if all the suits are same. So let's say my set is basically this suits. I'll say key if the length of my set is equivalent to 1, then in that case I just simply need to return flush. Na? अच्छा flush में F is capital. Okay. Three of a kind. Okay. So okay. Three of a kind. Na? So any of the three numbers are same. So checking three or for three of a kind, what I can do is instead of doing that, I can say that okay, let's sort this thing, suits dot sort, and if suits of 0 is equivalent to suits of -1. In that case, I return flush because all the elements are similar. In this checking for 3 of a kind, if suits of 0 is equivalent to suits of 2 or suits of 1 is equivalent to suits of 3 or suits of 2 is equivalent to suits of, in that case, if any one of these occur, then I'll be returning, I want to say, P of a kind, right? P of a kind. Okay, K is capital here. Then it's saying key pair now. So pair can be very simple. If suits of 0 is equivalent to suits of 1. The list count function, using that, can't we check if the count is 3? Yeah, we can. I mean, the list count function or map only can be done. I'm just doing this because the length of the array rank and suit is both 5. So just doing it the very easiest way possible. Don't even want to spend time on thinking that much. See, for this one, I can do a little automation. So for I in range n minus 1, if suits of I is equivalent to suits of I plus 1, in that case, I'll simply return like pair, and at the very worst case, I'll return, right? Achha, it's not hand but high card. Done. I think so. This should work. Done. Finished. Flush. Use example test case. Let's say I'll run these. Okay, I got a runtime error. So n is not defined. Instead of n, I think so we can simply go for 5, right? Or simply 4. Don't even need to hit this. Unfinished. Flush pair. Okay. So this is wrong. Huh? Yes. P of a kind is something which I'm not able to detect. The reason being I have not sorted rank here. Yes. So this should be rank. Should be rank again. Suit ban karaya. I don't get this thing. So this is this should be and ranks. Also, I'll sort this. So ranks dot sort. I think so. This will probably work. Let's submit this and accept it. Go with the next one. Number of zero filled subarrays. Given an integer array nums, return the number of subarrays filled with 0. A subarray is a contiguous non-empty sequence of elements within an array. So, for example, number of subarrays which is having zeros. No? I'll take 2 examples and with that I'll conclude. Okay, so let's say the 0 0 this is 1, and then let's say 0 0 0. So how many subarrays are here? 1 plus this one plus this one, so that's 3 subarrays. Here I have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus this is 1 subarray plus this is 1 subarray, so that's 1 2 3 5, right? Or no, how many? So 1 second, I can, this is 1 subarray, 1 subarray, 1 subarray, so that's 3 subarrays plus 1 subarray, 1 subarray, so that's 2. plus one more. So that's 3, 2, 1, which is 6, right? So let's say there's clusters, right? So two clusters, here we have three clusters. So the answer came 3. So how can I get 3? That's going to be the cluster length n into n plus 1 by 2. So 2 into 3 by 2 will be 3. Here in this case it's 3. 3 into 4 by 2, which will be 6. Yes, so I just need to find the cluster length. So for example, let's say we have a bunch of elements a, b, and then bunch of zeros, and then c, d, right? In that case, I'll just loop and find the clusters of zeros. So in this case, the clusters is 3. So answer will be 3 into 3 plus 1, 4 by 2, 6. That should be it. Late night coding. Masti. So इसमें आंसर 6 है. So 2 into 3 by 2, 3 plus 3, 6 is the answer. इसमें 3 है, right? So 3 into 4 by 2 is 6. 2 into 3 by 2 is 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. Yeah, correct. In this case, it's 0. Okay, so how do I quickly solve this? How do I quickly solve this? So my answer is 0, or I can say number of 0 sub-array. Okay, let's be very simple. Answer is 0. My index is 0. My index is less than the length of nums. In that case, I can say cluster of zeros, initially 0, um, while index is less than length of nums, and for idx is equivalent to 0. In that case, I can say cluster of 0 plus equivalent to 1, and also idx. At the end, by default, I'll increase idx, but to my answer, I'll just simply add this value. So in this case, that's going to be cluster of zeros multiplied by cluster of zeros plus 1 by 2. That should wrap up for the answer. Sort. No, I don't need to sort sliding window, right? Nah, I can use sliding window, but it's not required now. I'll just loop and find the contiguous number of zeros, and that should be it. See, pretty sure this will work. Okay, we have a wrong answer here. Let's see. So my output is 2 and the expected is 6, right? So 2 into 3, 6 होना चाहिए, right? 0 into 0 plus 1 is 1 by 2. Cluster zeros is nums is there, answer is 0, idx is 0. Answer mein I'm just adding. Okay, so I need to return the answer. My bad. I need to return the answer, not cluster zeros. Submit. Yeah, done. Sliding window can be taken. Sorting is not required. It's not like, see, if I sort this, then I'll form. See, if I sort this now, let's say if I sort this input, right? So let's say AB 0 0, CD 0 0. So number of sub arrays with zeros I can form here is, from here I can form 3, from here I can form 3. So the answer is 6, right? But if I sort this will become 0 0 0 A B C D, right? So in this case, the number of sub arrays I can form is, you can see 4 into 5 by 2, which is 10 sub arrays, which is not correct. This is why I'm not sorting it. The question itself says that we just simply need to find, we just simply need to count the thing. Number of 0 filled sub arrays, we just simply need to count the things. Practice. Okay, this is also done. Let's see this. This is going to be return answer. Yes, return answer. I messed up on that only. The opening only is giving me the answer. Design a number container system that can do the following: insert or replace a number at the given index in the system. Okay. तो सिस्टम दिया हुआ है, उसमें एक इंडेक्स है, सो आई हैव टू इंसर्ट और रिप्लेस अ नंबर. इंसर्ट मतलब क्या होगा कि it's 1 2 3, I need to insert 4 in the middle of 2 and 3. So 1, 2, 4, 3 हो जाएगा or replace. So 1, 2, 3 can be replaced, 2 can be replaced with 5. So 1, 5, 3. Okay. Return the smallest index for the given number in the system. Then the smallest index for the given number. Implement the number containers. I think so. Smallest index means the value at that index will be the smallest, right? Let's see. Implement the number containers class. Number containers initializes the number container system. Okay. Part void change kind of, I think so, changes or replaces that stuff. Fills the container at index with the number. If there is already a number at the index, replace it. So if if there's no number at the index, then put it. If it's already there, then replace it. That's it. That's what the change is doing. Find is doing returns the smallest index for that given number. Okay. So let's say I give a number 5 and 5 is present at the index 2 and 7. So I'll return 2 because 2 is the smallest index. And let's say the numbers are 5 and 3 in my system and I'm providing 11 which is not there in the system, then I'll return -1 because if there's no index that is filled by the number in the system. There's a lot of things going on here. 10, 2, 10, 1, 10, 3, 10, 5. Fine, right? Ten and number contains is and then find 10, right? So -1 because 10 is not there in my system. 210. 210 के लिए क्या हो जाएगा? It's saying कि index and 10. Okay, so at the second index put 10. First index put 10, third index put 10, fifth index put 10. Then again I'm saying 10, so I'll return 1, right? Yeah, because this is the smallest index possible. Done, done, done. 20 will be put at the first index itself, but since at the first index 10 is there, so that will be replaced. Then when I call 10 again, this is no more there. So out of 2, 3 and 5, smallest is 2. Done, done, done. Makes sense. क्या कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे? एक तो नंबर रखना पड़ेगा एंड हाँ एक नंबर रखना पड़ेगा. At most 10 to the power 5 calls will be made in total change and find, right? So what can be done? Let's say 10 दिया, right? 2, 10, 1, 10, 3, 10 ये सब चलते हैं. So I'll call this thing. Maybe I can clear this entire page. Here is this. This. This looks fine to me. So the thing here is कि क्या कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे कि let's say I'll form two containers. Firstly, I'll have a hash map 1 and then I'll have a hash map 2. इसमें क्या करेंगे? hash map 1 में I'll map the number, I'll map the number and the index. So in this case, in hash map 1, my key will be number and my value will be, let's say, index. But in this hash map 2, my key will be index and my value will be whatever the heck the number is. The reason being there are, let's say, 10 to the power 5 calls will be made in total, and the worst case it will be problematic thing because 10 to the power 5 square mein chala jayega, so that's going to be a little problematic thing. Let's say the very first thing says ki 10. So whenever it's saying the value 10, I'm like, okay, let's check if 10 is present in hash map 1 in a big O of 1 time. Done. So if it's not there, I'll return a -1 here. It's done. -1. Now 210 means at the second index put 10. So in this case I'll put 10, but here also I'll put 2. But here also I'll say in second index put 10. This is done. This is NT1, which is initialization. 110. So is 10 present here? It is there. So in that case, simply put in 1. Also here at the first index put 10. So at a particular index, only one number can be there. 310. 10 is there, yes. So put in 3 as well. I'll kind of remove this thing. And then here also I'll say, okay, third index is present there. No, so please initialize it. Fifth one. So again, I can just simply slide in 5 here, and then 5 corresponds to whatever the heck this 10 is. Now I'm saying 10. So how do I find the smallest index out of 10? It's 2, 1, 3, 5. It's scattered, right? 2, 1, 3, 5. What I can do is I can kind of use a minimum heap. I can use a minimum heap to get the value, smallest value, in a big of one time. So this minimum heap structure will look something like this. 10 is there, and so minimum heap will look something like this. 1. It's a complete balanced binary tree, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then I guess 5 will come up here because it's leftmost balanced. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll get this in a big O of one time. Done. So for this, the answer is 1. 120. I'll see. Is 20 present in my hash map 1? No, it's not present, right? No, it's not present. So this is not a query operation. This is initialization operation. So 20 is not present there. I'll say, okay, 20 may please have 20 may please have simply 1. But 10 maybe 1 is there. No? How do I get rid of that 10 ka 1? So I'll keep track of something which is, let's say, restricted. Restricted will say कि किस number को for which number one is like for which number what indexes are invalid. So in this case, initially like restricted will be empty, but as soon as I get ki 20 mein 1, right, and 1 is already initialized to some number 10, in that case I'll say ki replace at the 1th index, replace this with something like 20, but also put in 10 mein 1, which means ki now 10 is not at the 1th index. So this is kind of a restriction. 10 again 10. So whenever I get 10, I will say this is not really the answer because this is restricted. So I'll remove the topmost minimum values until I get some smaller value which is not restricted. That's it. Lot going on. Na? Hash map 1, hash map 2, and restricted. I have to make hash map 1, hash map 2, and then restricted. Okay, let's start with the creation now. Take a little bit of time. So hash map 1 is empty, then so 2 is also empty. So this kind of contains the number to index mapping, and this kind of contains the index to the number mapping. Then I have to keep track of something which is known as restricted, which means it will say that, okay, which numbers can't have which index. I mean, this is not really grammatically correct, but which numbers can't have which index, right? So numbers can't have which index. This is grammatically not correct, but still. Change. Let's say find. Like find is a very simple operation, in which I'll check if number not in self dot hash map of 1. In that case, I'll return a negative 1, which means this case is the number is not even in my system. That's it. Now I know that, okay, else the number is in the system, so get the what is it, minimum index, but also make sure it's not restricted, right? Also make sure it's not restricted. So I can say while in the hash map 1, so while self dot hash map 1, while self dot hash map 1 of that number it's written number. Let's have it as हर बार क्या change करेंगे. So self dot hash map of 1 number. So it's a mini heap, right? It's a mini heap. उसका जो values है, it's a mini heap. So key to mini heap, right? key to mini heap है. Add करने से login, retrieve करने से big of one, remove करने से login. So self dot hash map one of number first minimum value है, and that too इसका पूरा चीज. So that number of 0, so that's the very first number, the minimum number is not in not in restricted में होना चाहिए, right? So whenever we add the number, change में, whenever we add the number, I'll put it into restricted. So it's not a, so self dot restricted of that number. In that case, I can say key, or while that number is in that restricted, then please remove it, right? So that will be a heap q dot heap of operation on self dot hash map one number, and that should be it. By the end of the day, I'll return self dot hash map one of number of 0, but also I'll return this only if the length of self dot hash map one of this number is greater than 0. Then I'll go for this. Else, again, at the end of the day, I'll have to return anything. That's it. See, hash map one में number is there. Let's say 10, but 10 का 0 is 1. So अगर 1 restricted में है, if 1 is there in the restricted, then it's a problem for me, right? Also, restricted say I'll remove it now. Remove whatever the value was. So remove हो गया. And end of the day, this will kind of work. Last में जाके कुछ बचेगा and then I'll return that. Is the live chat wrong? समझ में कुछ नहीं आया लेकिन सुनकर अच्छा लगा. चेंज में क्या हो रहा है कि let's say the number is not even present in number one. So if index or let's say if number not in self dot hash map of one, in that case I'm like, okay, let's put it. So self dot hash map of one of that number is going to be an empty list. So it's a little complex for you to understand at your end, but if you try, you will get it. Let's see if it runs or not. Just trying something. You have to go and try on the portal itself the question, then you will be able to understand them. So I'm saying that in this case the number is not even present. So I'm not like doing a tutorial, so I'm just trying to solve for myself. The number is not even present in the system, then this is what will happen. And in this case itself, I can simply say heap q dot heap push. Before even I do all of those heap operations, let's quickly import heap q. Heap q dot heap push self dot hash map one of number में I'll push in whatever this index is, and simultaneously in the index parameter I have to push that in as well. Try कर रहा हूँ actually right now. Yeah, can. So in this way I put that in, right? number not in this, then this is something which will happen. But there's many sides to this now. See, let's say let's say 10 is there at index 1, 2 and 3. So I can say at index 1 10 is there, at index 2 10 is there, at index 3 10 is there. So I'm maintaining two containers. This is hash map 1 and this is hash map 2. In hash map 1 I'm saying that 10 is present at these indexes. In hash map 2 I'm saying at these indices the number present. So it's kind of like a number to index relation. Here it's index to number relation, and this is going to help me in querying. Tomorrow I need to find that 10 is present at the smallest index, which one I will get. But what if I want to find key at which index what number is present? So I'll be able to find this in a big of 1 time again. This is why big of 1 and big of 1 will be optimal. Not really big of 1, here it will be log and factor will come in. But let's say tomorrow a number like 20 comes in, and they are saying that 20 needs to be put at fourth index, then I can happily put 20 and 4, and then here 4 and 20 will come up, right? But what if they are saying that 20 should come at second index? So again, if number not in self.hashmap of 1, I'm saying self of hashmap of 120, create an empty list kind of a thing, done. I'm saying heap queue.heap push, that index I'll push in 2. But again, when I push this in, I know that 2 is being contradicted at 10's end. So in the restricted of 10, I'll put in okay. In this case, index in self.hashmap of 2. In that case, self.restricted of self.hashmap of 2 of index dot add dot add. So in the restricted for 10 I will add 2 now, which is the current index dot add. That's it, done. And also I can simply say key if this value is not present in the restricted, and simply make it. So let's say value is this, value not in self.restricted. In that case, simply create it to self.restricted value is set. And then I'm doing this, so this is going to be value dot add index. And in the heap queue I'll push in this. So better way is कि restricted में 10 में मैं 1 डाल दिया. Now in 20 I mean 10 में मैं 2 डाल दिया. Now in 20 I put in 2, but also at the hash map 2 end I'll update 2 का 20. So index not in self.hashmap 2. In that case I'm like, okay, self.hashmap 2 of whatever the index is, there's going to be a set of, it's going to be a set, and then self.hashmap 2 of x. Well, it's not going to be set, it's going to be simply 0. If index not in this is going to be number itself. Else, if it's already there, then this will be updated with what? This will be updated with the current number, right? So this can be a simple process, like can be simply self.hash x of number. And change is going to never return anything because it's changing. Okay, this will be throwing me a lot of errors, but let's see. Yeah, this is going to throw me a lot of errors. I'll try to fix run. Runtime error, no problem. Where is the key error is 10? Where is it happening? In hash map of 1, right? in hash map form, this thing is happening. So let's say 10. So I'm saying that if number not in self.hashmap1, return -1. So I think so -1 is running fine. Then it's happening 2 comma 10. So when 2 comma 10 comes up, I'm saying if number 10 not in self.hashmap of 1, then I'm saying this will happen. It's great. If index 2 in self.hashmap of 2, no, it's not there, then the value is okay. Okay, so 2 is not there, right? In that case, I'm saying ki, so 10 was not there in hashmap 1. Hashmap 1 meant 10 again. 2 is in hashmap of 2. No, it's not there. Automatically heap_heap_push, what it will do is in self.hashmap of 1, it will send that index, and then at this, the value will be this. What's the problem? See. Okay, it's a problematic thing here, right? So while self dot okay, makes sense. So while self dot hashmap one of number, because it's num is num and number itself, in self dot restricted of num. So by default, I think so. Yeah, we have to create the number wala thing. Anytime we encounter this, simply create a check. That's it. You don't even need to check here. Makes sense. Let's try to see finished. It's giving -1, 1, 2, right? -1, 1, 2. Yeah, -1, 1, 2. Let's try to submit this. Okay, there's a runtime error. We'll try to see what's happening. List index out of range. Okay, so what's happening here is key, this is getting out of range. So what we can do is while length of, or we can simply say while self.hashmap1 of num, and this is happening. That's it. We'll try to take the same message now. Last executed input is this. Let's just take this control C. Try to run this custom test case. I think so. This is it. If I'm not wrong. Run. Is it a runtime error again? No, it's null, 1, -1, 1, -1. Let's run this. I mean, submit this. Okay, we have a wrong answer. So expected was this is this -175. C mode. 31 only passed. Okay, so there's some problem. My algorithm, whatever this is. How many output is there, by the way? Can I not expand this? Okay, this is it, right? So -1, 75, followed by all of these things. 22, null, 18. Okay, so for this one, I'm getting a problem. 22 is fine. 27 should be the thing, but 22 is something I'm getting. So try to quickly try run this thing. So how do I select only some part of this? Okay, let's say where do I need to? Where can I write the text? Text. I'll paste it here. Done. And it'll hurt a little bit, but what it looks like. Okay. So 75 and 40. 75 is the index and 40 is the number. So I am saying ki 40 is present at 75th index and 75 is present at whatever the heck 40 is. So at 75th index, 40 is present. 14. So answer is -1 by default. So we got a -1. Great. 41. So again, the answer is -1. Great. We got 40. So 40 is present at 75. So answer is 75. Great. Then see, this is done, this is done, this is done, this is done, this is done. At 27 and 40. So this means that at 40, okay, insert 27th index, and at 27th index, 40 is also present. This makes sense. Now 22 and 14. So at the number 14 is present at 22nd index, and probably 20 at the 22nd index, number 14 is present. Correct. This is also done. 85 and 14. So this says key 14 is present at the 85th index, which means I can probably add this here itself. 85th index, but also at 85th index, what number is present? 14. Done. 22 and 40. So like, okay, so 22 when it comes up here in my restricted now, restricted. I'll not remove it from the restricted now. Okay. Why am I removing it from the restricted? I'll just comment this now. Then I'll try to submit it again. Why am I removing it from the restricted? Okay, so 1, right? Okay, this can be solvable. This is solvable. 1, 10. So 1 is index, 10 is present. 1 is index, 10 is present. Then again 10, 1, 20, 10. So the similar orientation comes in, right? 1 is the answer. Okay, if similar orientation comes in, then it's a problematic thing. So I can happily say, if number not in self.hashmap1, no, number is there. Number is there. And I need to take care of, what do we say? I need to take care of the duplicate values here. In this case, it's 110. What can we do? What can we do? Ordered thing. 110, 110. 1 and 10 is provided. 1 and 10 is provided. So 110 when it was provided. Think about it. Think about it. So 1, 10 provided, and then again 1 and 10 provided. So what's the problem? First container, second container. So 10 is present at first index. At first index, 10 is present. Now, whenever I get this, my algorithm says key at the first index, 10 is present. So in the restricted, put 10 mein 1 nahi hona chahiye. But that's not right. This is getting repeated twice. So whenever I get a orientation like 1 and 10, then by default blindly I'll check if the number is present and that index is present as well. Or better. Number is present. So by default I can check here that if this will happen, by the way. So if index in self.hashmap2 and self.hashmap2 of index is equivalent to the number itself, then I don't even need to check, right? Because उस index पे वो number पहले से ही है. In that case, what we can do? We won't do anything, right? We won't do anything. So I'm like, okay, क्या लिख सकते हैं? कुछ नहीं, right? So let's say hashmap2 index is that number itself. My bad. Else all of these garbage will happen. Let's see अब क्या error आता है. Wrong answer. It's the same thing, right? 27 आना चाहिए and all of them are correct now, except for this one, 22, 27, 22 आना चाहिए. So I was going with the right example only. So in this case, where were we? 22 and 40. Okay. So in the restricted, what's happening is 22 and 40, 22 and 40. So 40 mein 22 is already there, but 14 is also containing 22. So 22 will be replaced with T, and 14 may say, let's say 14 में से 22 I won't consider it. So restricted में 14 में 22 नहीं होना चाहिए, right? It should not be there at okay. Then this is processed 1834. So 34 should be present at the 18th index. and at the 18th index the value 34 is present. 92, 41, a lot of values here. 92, 41. So what we can say, 41, right? So 41 is present at 90, and then at the 90th index 41 is present. 22, 40 again. Okay, so it is getting trapped, right? Acha, so whenever 22 and 40 is happening, in that case मैं देखूंगा कि 22 and 40 is happening, right? So is it 22 and 40? In that case, I'm saying कि 40 is present at 22. So why do I need to do it again? Yeah, I skip this. I skip this step. Skip this step because this thing is saying कि index in self.hashmap2, yes it is, and then that index is having that number itself, so don't even need to do anything. And 75 and 40, so 40 is present at the 75th index. Oh, that's already there, so again I'll skip this. 59 and 34, so 34 is present at the 59th index. Okay, 59 यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, and then probably 59 में 34 present. Okay, 40, so 40 का आंसर क्या होगा? This will be 22, right? Yes, 22. 40 का आंसर होगा 22. So what am I getting here? 40 जब query दिया, then I'm getting 22, right? Yeah, 22 I'm getting. So that's also 22. Then 27 and 14. So 14 is present at the 27th index. तो अब क्या होगा कि 14 is present at the 27th index. So in that case 27th में मैं 14 अपडेट कर दूंगा, प्लस मैं लिख दूंगा कि 40 में रिस्ट्रिक्शन आ गया यहाँ पे कि 40 में 27 is not present at all. Done. 34 का क्वेरी क्या हो जाएगा? 18 is the answer. That's why I'm getting 18 as well. What about the next query? 14. So 14 में okay 22 है, so that's why I am giving 22, but the answer literally is that कि 14 में 22 is not allowed. 27 should be the answer ना. So what's the problem here? Restricted में तो मैं डाल ही रहा हूँ. 1 second. If self.hashmap1 of number, so self.hashmap1 of number 14 of 0 and the 0th value which is 22 in self.restricted of number. Okay. So restricted is not getting populated properly, right? Okay, so this is like first initialization I can probably do in my lifetime. My bad. So here the first initialization. Okay, let's try to run this. Is it the same thing? No. See, 35 or 30, 44. We see the difference here. See, custom test space. Difference not available during contest. Okay. Let's see this thing now. There's a lot to see, but I can see. So -1, -1, -1, 109, -1, -8, followed by -1, -1, -1, 1, 109, -1, 158, 75, -1, 3, -1, 75. See, null, then 17, 75, 19, 107, 34, 75, 34, 75. नेक्स्ट लाइन में क्या है? 107 -1 142, 101 -1 142, then -1 35, -1 103, -1 followed by 44 20 71 3, 44 20 71 3, negative 1, 107, 109, 71, minus 1. Let's move this little. 1920 minus 1, 127. 1920 minus, is it going? 3510 minus 5. 7 is there. 47, 1. There must be something wrong at the very end only. 100% sure. 7 is there. Need 75, so I also got 75. Followed by 147, 7, negative 1. 71, 35, 71. Oh, so this problem, right? 150. And then because of that, I think so all of the remaining might be wrong. Yeah. This is for which query? You can find it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So ninth query from the 7. Did 19 के लिए it's a problem. Where am I getting wrong? गलत हो. Let's say inputs are 110, 210. Then let's say आ गया 1 and 20, 2 and 20, and then it came back to 1 comma 10. ऐसा कुछ input है. So मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि 10 में end of the day 1 and 2 will be stored and at the first index 10 will be stored, second index 10 will be stored. जब ये आ रहा है तो मैं restricted में बोल रहा हूँ. Okay, see the pattern here. Restricted में I'm telling कि at 10 see 1 में 20 अब आ जाएगा. So kind of 10 में 1 is not allowed right now. Restricted में 10 में 1 is not allowed. Done. Now 2 में क्या हो रहा है कि 20 में 1 भी आ गया and now 2 भी आ गया. So 2 में 20 भी आ गया, but I'm saying again कि 10 में 2 is restricted. Whenever again I get 1 and 10, I'm saying कि 10 में ना can I put 1? So 1 and 10 came, right? यहाँ पे ये फेल हो रहा होगा पक्का. How do I handle this कि ऐसा सिचुएशन है 1 2 1 2 कर 10 में मैं ऑलरेडी डाल दिया हूँ 1 2. So मैं बोलूंगा इस केस में कि if at all the number is restricted, so if the index I'm getting is in restricted of that number, in this case 10, in that case I'll remove it from the restricted. In that case only I'll remove. So I'll remove here from here, and on that note I can also say कि at 1 में update it to 10. So two process, two things I need to do. What are all the two things कि आपने इधर में बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स कर दिया मैंने, but still let's say one of the things I can do here is keep if index in self dot restricted of number, in that case self dot restricted of that number dot remove that index, and after we are done with this I can say that okay, self dot hash map 2 of that index sits there. Self dot hash map 2 of index is equivalent to I'm confused right now, total confusion. So again, I won't put it in now. But oh no, there was some problem at the 158 अभी भी आ रहा है, so which is wrong. 158 नहीं आना चाहिए, right? It should be 35, not 150. I'm still getting 34, 158. I'm still getting. I'll close this right now. I think problem here only. Okay, better way to check this is um, body queue number containers is the class. Let's say my class name is A for easier reference. And let's say here itself I can say key A dot R is A, and then I'm saying key R dot whatever the function name is change. So R dot change index I'll provide is 1 comma whatever this 10 is. Then again I'll say key R dot change 1 comma or let's say 2 comma 10, and then let's say I'll say R dot change 1 comma 20, and then R dot change 2 comma 20, just to see what the entire thing looks like. Let's see. Please tell us kind of what next. So the very first time change is being encountered, what's happening is in hash map 1, hash map 2 is both empty. So 10 में 1 आ गया, and then in 1 में 10 आ गया. Correct. Restricted is currently empty. That's perfect. R dot change 120. So 10 में अभी 2 आएगा, and then उसमें भी वो आएगा, right? 10 में 2 आ गया, and 210 restricted is still empty. R dot change 120 जब होगा, so I'm ideally looking at something like a restricted of 10 में 1 आ जाएगा, and 20 में 1 आ जाएगा, 1 में 20 आ जाएगा, right? So index and set dot hash map 20 में automatically this 20 comes up by default. It's not a problem at all. It's looking at what will happen when this gets over. Yeah. Next, what happened? Restricted में बोल रहा है 10 में 1 है, right? No. See, hash map 1 में 20 में 1 and 2. Yeah. 20 में that's 1. It's 20 में that's 1, correct? 1 में it's 20, and then this thing is empty. Yeah, it's an empty set. 10 में 1 आ गया, मेक सेंस. When I go next, what will happen is अभी क्या होगा कि 10 में रिस्ट्रिक्टेड में 10 में अभी 1 2 है, 20 में 1 2 है, बट दी वैल्यूज आर अपडेटेड हियर. 1 में 20 है, फर्स्ट इंडेक्स में 20 है, सेकंड इंडेक्स में 20 है. रिमेंबर 10 का रिस्ट्रिक्टेड में इट्स बोथ 1 and 2. What if I provide something like r dot change 1 comma 10 again? What will happen? See, let's go to the last. So in this case 10 में क्या होना चाहिए? 10 में अभी 10 में अभी है 1 2 परफेक्ट. 20 में क्या है? 1 2 which is also perfect. हैश मैप 2 में 1 में 10 है, 2 में 20 which is correct. Restricted में 10 में 2 is there, and then 10 में 2 is there, right? And 20 में it's still empty. Yes, this is fine. Huh? This is completely fine. Put in something. One more thing I put in, which is अच्छा. Why am I doing this? Perfect. Temp में ले लिया, right? And literally temp is like a copy of this. Done. Temps को access करूँगा while temp and then while temp and then something like temp of 0 in this thing. In that case, this will be temp. यहाँ पर से temp of num. If length of temp of num greater than 0, then return that thing. So temp of num of 0. That removing part is very bad for me. Why did I remove? Let's run the code. Now it's a problem. So list index out of range while length of temp of num is greater than 0. Okay, so what is temp, by the way? It's hash map of 1 of num, which is that number itself. While temp and temp of 0. So and temp of 0 in this thing, then I'm saying key idx is temp of 0. Makes sense. Then heap q dot heap pop this value. So I don't even need this idx. Dot heap pop temp of. So from that, right, simple. Then again, this would be while temp is return temp of. This at least kind of runs. It's 158 नहीं होना चाहिए, right? It's 35. It's 35. Submit. Temp रहेगा, right? This might give me TLE. I'm creating temp again and again, again and again. Let's see. Yes, so not even TLE. See more detail. How much big is this? गलती 25 minus 25. But the answer is 56. Two and 5. And I am on to solving this time. Next, is this format here? Let's see quickly. So 25 and 50. So 50 में present. 50 answer is 25. 25. 50 answer is 43 answer is negative 1. 50, 30, 50. So 50 में 30 इसमें 31 आंसर इज 56. 56. रिस्ट्रिक्टेड अभी तक बनाया नहीं, तो रिस्ट्रिक्टेड अभी के लिए ऐसे बनाएंगे. रिस्ट्रिक्टेड में 50 आएगा और क्या आएगा, बट राइट नाउ आई वोंट राइट इट. 43. So negative 1. 25, 20. So 25, 20 should be present. 25. 50 में 25 रिस्ट्रिक्टेड हो जाएगा. देन 25 में 20 अपडेट हो गया. 50 का आंसर क्या हो जाएगा, 30. या 30 आंसर हो जाएगा इसका. 56, 43. So 43 is present at the 56th index. 43 is present at the 56th index. Also यहाँ पे 31 में restriction आ जाएगा 56 का. 56 में 40. 68, 31. So 31 is present at the 68th index. Great. Then 68th में क्या present है, 31st. That's it. 56, 31. So 31 is present at the 56th index. It's in the restriction zone. So what we can do, we can remove this restriction, this, and 56 will be as it is. 56 में यहाँ पे 31st अपडेट हो जाएगा. 20 का आंसर क्या हो जाएगा, 25, राइट. इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. 43 का आंसर क्या हो जाएगा, 56. 25, 43. 43 में 43 is present at the 25th index. 20 में restriction आ जाएगा 25 का. Let's remove 31. Then also 25th index पे 43 is present now. 43 का अब आंसर क्या हो जाएगा, 25. 56, 31. So 31 is present at the 56th index, which kind of is fine. So I don't even need to do any check on here. 54, 43. So 43 is present at the 54th index, which is no more there. So 54 ignited. So okay. 43 is present at the 63rd index, which is fine. So I put 63. 63rd में 43. That's it. Answers are what? In which order? 25, 5, negative 1, 56, negative 1, 25, 56, 25. 25, 25, negative 1, 56. 25, 25, negative 1, 56. Done. Minus 130. Minus 130. Done. 25, 56. 25. I'm not getting the 56 now. So when was I supposed to get 56? 43 में, which is this one. So before that क्या हुआ कि और चीज प्रेजेंट नहीं था, and then again like 10:20 came, then 54 also came, then 63 also. Earlier it was only 56 now. Twenty-five, 25, -1, 56, -1, 25, 25, -1, 56, -1, 30, 25, 56 and 25, right? Why is it coming here and it's not coming here? Okay, so it's a -1, right? Negative here and then. Here now. 56 the index पे था, but it got overtook by 30. और मैं 43 में restriction नहीं लगाया. To find that place where 43 में 56 है, बट लाइक restriction में नहीं है उसके, राइट? Restricted में है. 43 is no, not even there. Restricted में 43 है. That is correspondence. It's empty set right now. Next. And it's still empty set for 43. I go next. तो यहाँ पे एक प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है कि index and server hash map. So restricted is needed. इसमें While temp and 2 is not equal to 2. 2 is equal to 2, right? That should be a false. Then again, oh my, what's happening? I'm saying not equal to, right? Because like one of the values is temp of 0 and value 1 is value 2 of, uh, of 0. Problem is this. Now we got find that keeps in mind. Find change find value 1 is 2, value 2 is 10. Okay, self hash map temp of 0. This should be something. Is the answer. Here it's minus 1, 1 and 2. See, we do really fine. 1 mid, अच्छा 110 मैंने डालना ही that's why. So यहाँ पे simply hopefully this gives you two and this also kind of submit this. The time also just impossible. How much time? I think so 1 hour, right? Yes, sir, I had access to systems that course. Yeah, no, simply amazing. Amazing, Richard. Keep going, cheers. Okay, thank you, Jesh. Yeah, Anubhav, when did you message this? I don't know. I have been going on since 1 hour 30 minutes right now. How do I pop this off? Yeah, chat, chat, and chat. This looks yeah, quickly. Hello, hello. Yeah, that's a case-added dice, numbered from 1 to k. Like let's say case 6, so dice is 6-sided. One can be taken, two can be taken, one, two can be taken, one can be taken, one, two can be taken, one, two can be taken, one cannot be taken, right? One can. Oh, okay. So the sequence to one which cannot be not getting this one. So what we can do is uh, test. We can go to 83. Let's try from here only. No? Let's start version with this cancel. I need to end this, right? Ah, 6 here. Also, this should be in sorted. 4, 1, 3, and 3, right? Okay, yeah. I think, like I minus 0. It's 4 happening. Minus 4 is counts, so I can say it's the very own element. So remaining elements is, let's say, n minus, so that's 3. When I'm at 2, I'm saying key is than this. So 3 minus 1 for the current, also minus. So that should be like 3, 1. The zero number of form. should be right. अच्छा जी। for one hour. Not reading the question at all. Same type of task. I have to take a space of that many days. Oh, the one password. Do this one. It should be password. Beautiful. And two much password. It is. I was seeking because Yes. One, zero. So And at day 3, the difference between all. See,